mothers like that. You actually know, you see that, I think, I've witnessed that in sports mothers who or those mothers who have children, little girls who, beauty queens, you know, stage mothers. Okay, those stage mothers are like devouring mothers. They want to devour the youth and the beauty of their children because they're just not anything like that. And the devouring mother on a grand scale was because here's one of the laws. Here's a law. What's as above, so below. What is in the micro is in the macro. So anything you see in your personal life, anything at all, you will find a reference for unfolding in the grand scheme. It is in your personal life because it's somewhere in the collective of society. It can't be otherwise. You cannot experience something personally that's not connected to something grand. The devouring mother was also what the Soviet Union was, what Russia was to all of the nations, because she was Mother Russia. And she devoured all the nations that she collected to herself. And we were Uncle Sam. Okay, and you might find it interesting to see that they had a bad marriage. Okay, but that was the archetype of marriage played out as it was evolving to the archetype of partnership. So, it's fun for me to teach history through archetypes, which is one of the things I just adore doing. I adore it. But anyway, so you see that that's the archetype of the mother there. It doesn't, part of identifying your archetypes is that you have to look at where you anguish. Or where I met a woman one time in a workshop who said to me that, she said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah, sure, of course." So, we go to sequester it off and she says, "I'm a kleptomaniac." I'm not sure at what stage a klepto becomes a thief, but, but the pattern is different. However, I had my purse and I found myself, what do you take? Big, large, small? But, however, the pattern with the kleptomaniac is very specific to the pattern with the thief. It's optional. It's kind of stealing as a hobby, a high-end hobby. Remember, the pattern's very, very different than a thief. Thieves steal because they're mean and dark. Kleptos are not any of that, and they're not dangerous. Thieves are dangerous. So remember, when we get into these patterns, they are very, very specific. But I've never had someone come up to me and say, "I'm a thief." I'm a thief. And yet I have had thieves in my workshops. And I know that because we've caught them stealing things in the bookstore. Okay? So, but people do not identify themselves. And then there are thieves that steal intellectual property. Or they want to steal what is not theirs. They plan to steal all kinds of things. You don't have to steal money to be a thief. You steal ideas. You steal things off the internet. Okay, you steal someone else's husband or wife. But you don't want to see that pattern in yourself, but that pattern is in you. And let me just take this a little further. Say one day you come to me for a reading and you say, I'm ill. And I'll say, well, what do you think the problem is? What do you think the source of it is? The way people have organized this holistic medicine nonsense is that it's always someone else's fault. Go find who hurt me. It's like a hit and run thing. It's like a who done it, who done this to me? When in fact, it's a journey into yourself and these patterns. It's a journey into saying, I have a dark side and I can't get hold of it. I can't get hold of it. It's got a hold of me. I'm ashamed of it. And it's the shame that's killing me. I got to get it out of me. That's where you begin healing. And that's what your shadow is about. Your shadow is about your humanness that everybody has. So one of the four archetypes that we all have, and for me, these are the essence of self-esteem, is dealing with these four. One is the prostitute. We all have a prostitute. And we all go through fundamental tests in which we have to develop the inner strength to not negotiate parts of ourselves in life for the sake of physical security. This is hard for people. But prostitutes on the street are the honest ones. It's people who prostitute their creativity. They lie. They prostitute their integrity, their honor. They stay married to people they shouldn't be married to. They do jobs they have no faith in, or they know that the job is doing something horrible. Manufacturing seeds with GMOs. They're doing terrible things. But they'll say, I need the money. The money's good. Okay? The prostitute in us. You know, this is a rough one, but we all have it. And by understanding that we are all attached to this archetype, this is where your compassion for yourself has to come in. There isn't anybody that gets through life without confronting this archetype in themselves. So this is universal to all of us.